Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you how to connect Microsoft 365 to Claude using the built-in MCP connector. And by the end of the video, you'll be able to access Microsoft 365 within Claude's chat interface. Now, before we get started, I do want to review two things. First off, this connector requires a work Microsoft 365 account tied to your 365 tenant. So personal accounts like Outlook.com, Hotmail, or Gmail accounts won't work. And if you're not sure if your account qualifies, check with your IT admin. Second, and this is the big one for most people, a Microsoft Entra Global admin has to approve this integration for your entire tenant before anyone else can connect. And if that's you, great. You can approve Claude during the setup instructions I'm about to show you. And if not, you'll need to get your admin involved before you can finish the connection. So you can send this video over to your admin if needed. And lastly, this is different than the Outlook add-in for Microsoft Outlook. If you want setup instructions for that, you can see the description below. I have a link to that video. Let's dive in. Okay, now that we have the prerequisites out of the way, let's log into Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So if you need the URL, that's admin.cloud.microsoft, and we'll go ahead and click on Identity. Once that loads, we'll go to the Entra Admin Center, Enterprise Apps, and scroll down to Consent and Permissions, and then select Admin Consent Settings. Click Yes beside users can request admin consent to apps they are unable to connect to. And I would recommend selecting someone as the admin to be able to review and be notified on these requests. Okay, now that we have this saved, we'll go back over to Claude. So now we'll go to Customize, Connectors, and you can search for Microsoft 365 here, or select Microsoft 365 from the list of connectors. Click Continue on this pop-up, and you may be asked to sign in. You just select your account, and this is where you'll ask your admin to allow. You can click Request Sign In, or if you are the admin, you just hit Sign In with another account. Okay, so we can see the request was sent. So now we go back to Microsoft 365. We'll click Identity, back into the Entra Admin Center, come down to the Admin Consent Requests, and check the box here to review permissions and consent. So we'll click that. We'll sign in with our admin account. And now we'll be able to accept the permissions for the Microsoft 365 connector for the whole entire tenant. Okay, now that we have this approved, let's go back to Claude. And we'll click Relaunch the tab to start the authentication process. If you need to log in, go ahead and log in again. And let's go ahead and open up Claude. And it may take a few seconds for Claude to launch. And if you get a white screen, that is normal. I'll show it here in the tutorial, and you'll get this little pop-up connected to Microsoft 365. So you know the connection is now established, and you can set tool permissions whether or not it needs approval, or you can always allow it or never allow it, or do a custom allow for certain things or denied for certain things. You can set those to your preference and liking. Okay, so now let's go back to the chat box. If you click the little plus, you can go down to connectors, and you can see the Microsoft 365 connector is connected and currently enabled. And you can turn it on and off there with the little slider if you wish. Okay, let's go ahead and test it out by writing. Check my mailbox here, and we'll see. Okay, you're going to get the pop-up here to allow once. And yes, you can see here that it pulled various emails from my mailbox, the ones that are unread, the ones that are read, and then I'm going to ask it to delete, and you'll actually see at this point that Claude does not have the ability to delete. It will only have the ability to read and draft and view emails. So you'll see here it says, nope, I don't have the ability to delete or move. It gives you the instructions how to do it, but let's see if we can send an email. Yeah, so it can draft an email for you, but it cannot at this point send on your behalf. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please post those in the comment section below. Please consider subscribing and liking. It really does help. And as always, thanks for watching.